Today we are taking you guys with us on an average day living here in Playa del Carmen, and all throughout this video we're going to be taking an in-depth look of what things cost us from month to month. Stick around till the end where we'll be comparing our cost of living in 2022 versus 2023 to see how inflation has changed things.
But before we get into it, please give us a big thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed to our channel.
You really don't need to be paying a fortune every month.
We're talking about that as a couple.
Welcome to our home. That's closer to about $800. You do have the option of those high-end services, and you also have the option of the more budget services.
1,000, 1,500.
So we're actually at our favorite little empanada street stand that Giovanni used to come to when he was in school, when he was actually supposed to be in class. This is where he was.
Don't say that, my mom is watching this. ¿Qué quieres? Una de carne molida y una de queso, por favor.
Dining out here in Playa del Carmen can definitely be very pricey, but if you're coming to these very small, like local street stands, what did we just pay for these two empanadas?
40 pesos.
40 pesos. That's like $2 for a very light breakfast, but it could definitely be up to like $15, $20 if you're going to the fancier places.
Correcto. Okay, vámonos. These are the typical Yucatecan empanadas.
Okay, so that's a fully dressed empanada. In contrast, like I said, there are a lot of more upscale fancy places, so we're going to grab a coffee in one of our favorite coffee spots.
Yeah, actually I would say this is more like mid-level.
It's mid-level, yeah. But just so you guys can see the contrast between the different budgets.
Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing. Muchas gracias. Gracias. Look at this beautiful coffee. So you can easily see the stark contrast between being able to eat on a serious budget if you eat like a true local, but on the other end, you could definitely have a much higher budget for your dining out options because you've got tons of options like this available.
Yeah, I think Playa del Carmen is known as a big food hub spot in terms of international cuisine and local cuisine.
Yeah, Playa really does have it all in terms of the food scene. Currently, for dining out every month, we spend about $110 US. Keep in mind that is a very restricted part of our budget. We honestly eat like 90% of our food at home.
Yeah, I believe that people who are coming here, like foreigners and digital nomads that are living in the fun side of Playa del Carmen, might be spending $400-500 a month because you have the places there, fancier, high-end restaurants, fine dining, so prices can go up to that.
Yeah, but for $110 a month, that gets us a few nice coffee dates out. Very basic stuff. Yeah. Alright, so I think a lot of people move to Playa del Carmen for the purposes of having the beach right at your doorstep, so that's where we're headed next. So when it comes to entertainment here in Playa, obviously one of the main things is going to beach clubs as well as rooftop bars, or you can just come to the normal beach.
Beaches are public in Playa, in the entire country, so you can have access to
any
them.
beach.
Yeah.
The only downside is because Playa is so developed, there's no palm trees or any kind of natural shading on the beaches. So, I mean, if you've got very sensitive skin like I do, a beach club is ideal for the shading, or you can just bring your own Mary Poppins umbrella.
So this is one of the 3 beaches in Playa del Carmen that are as the blue flag beaches to have this certification, and actually you have facilities such as showers, bathrooms, and you only have to pay 5 pesos.
And also these beaches have lifeguards.
Yeah, there are lifeguards here around. Actually, most of the beaches in Playa del Carmen you will find lifeguards.
Yeah. So beach clubs are nice, but in terms of entertainment in Playa del Carmen, you really don't need to be paying a fortune every month. Just come to the beach, it's free. So in terms of our entertainment budget, Giovanni and I pretty much never go to rooftop bars or beach clubs or, I mean, even the beach.
We're going to change that.
But we're going to change that soon. But what we do spend our entertainment budget on is going to the movies. We love to go to the movies at Plaza Las Americas. And then what is also included in there is like little treats if we go for an ice cream, or if we go do a little bit of clothing shopping or anything like that. So we are currently spending about $130 a month.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to go to rooftop bars or beach clubs or even like other amusement parks that are in the area, you might expect to spend about $500 a month for that. Yeah.
Easily. The fun part of our day is done. Now we're going to go do some adulting things, such as purchasing some groceries because our refrigerator is empty. So if you're actually thinking of moving to Playa, Giovanni and I have been living here together for 3.5 years, but Giovanni kind of grew up here, so we know Playa pretty well. What we actually did is we put together a completely comprehensive guide. It's a PDF guide which you can actually go find on our website fortheroadtravels.com. It will give you all the information that you need to know about living in Playa del Carmen. We go over where to find rentals, how to stay safe, medical coverage, all of that kind of stuff. Plus it's a great way to help support our channel. If you don't have a car in Playa del Carmen, in all honesty, it's quite difficult to move around. You've got two main options, the public transportation and the taxis.
Yeah.
Public transportation, very affordable, not the most convenient.
It might not be easy to navigate if you are not used to. I mean, as soon as you try the public transportation, I think, for a month, you will get a little bit of
You'll get used to the routes
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's also not the safest because they overpack it like crazy, and the drivers also tend to drive like crazy. So yeah, our taxi, public transportation, we're going to grab some public transportation, and we're headed to the biggest mall in Playa del Carmen, Plaza Las Americas.
Yes.
That's the thing, when you like partake in like the local stuff, that's where you really get a feel for the local culture. Not the most comfortable all the time, but a really great way to immerse yourself. Okay, we are at Plaza Las Americas. All right, so in terms of transportation, as you saw, we do not have a car, so we rely on public transportation and taxis exclusively. We honestly only spend $30 a month on transportation, but keep in mind that there is a reason for that. We work from home, we exercise from home. Our little bubble that we live in has all of the little stores that we need to like top up our groceries and everything, so we really don't leave our bubble very often. It's hard to say what transportation could cost for you if you like lived your life more in Playa. But if you're living on the fun side of the highway, most people just have bicycles or walk, so transportation is not a huge expense. I really struggle to find clothing that I actually like here. Actually, before we go grocery shopping, I need to go get my hair trimmed because I haven't done that since like January. So the thing with like beauty services and that, you've got the more local options, which would be like the hairdresser that we're going to now in Plaza Las Americas.
No, it's more local for me, the one where I go.
Yeah, but it's also like more on the budget side, these ones, but you do also find like the very upscale fancy places down near the beach. Actually, on our wedding day, I went and I got my hair done at Beluardo, which he's amazing at what he does, but he charges like US prices. Like it's very, very high end, but you do have the option of those high end services, and you also have the option of the more budget services. Gracias, Oscar. So I love my haircut. In all honesty, we've come here before and had other hairdressers and it's been alright. But if you're coming here, ask for Oscar. He's amazing. I love what he did. Oscar. But yeah, basically we just paid like 400 pesos for a wash, cut and blow dry, which is like what, $20, which
20 something dollars.
Yeah, you can definitely find much pricier stuff down on the other side, but I mean, coming here, $20 is really not bad for a decent haircut. What we classify as services is our cell phone service, any kind of like personal maintenance, like going to the hairdresser, getting nails done, getting waxes done, and then also things like getting electricians and plumbers if the need arises. Right now, we're spending on average about only $20 a month on services, but keep in mind that that is a very restricted part of our budget, and we also thankfully haven't needed a plumber or an electrician yet this year. in comparison to last year where we did.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you are living in the fun side of Playa del Carmen, you might find some stores, I mean, some beauty salons or barber shops where you can spend even more from what we pay in this side of the highway. And also depends on how high maintenance you are. You might be spending probably $300, $400.
I don't know. I think as a woman here in Playa, if you are getting regular nails, eyebrows, eyelashes, waxes, hair, all of that done on a monthly basis, I wouldn't say 300-400. I would say probably 150 to 200.
Men's
It could
privilege
cost you.
to pay less.
Yeah. We've got lots of produce to purchase.
How many of these?
I think 3 and 3.
Enough, right?
See.
Platanitos?
See? See?
1 or 2 pro tips when doing groceries at the supermarket. Please try to avoid the 15th or the 30th because those days are the days where it's packed because it's payday.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. 15th and 30th.
And
yeah.
also something that we realized, if you come early, like 7 a.m. as the supermarket opens, it's empty.
Even up to like 10, 11 a.m. Mexicans, something I've realized is Mexicans start their days very late. So as long as you're anywhere before 10 a.m., even 11 a.m., there's going to be no one around.
That's how it goes, eh?
Las cortinas de baño. Is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
¿Dónde están las cortinas de baños?
Okay. You need assistance.
On to Giovanni's favorite part of the video, groceries. Groceries is actually one of our largest expenses. Like we mentioned earlier on in the video, we honestly cook like 90% of our food at home, and we don't skimp on groceries. Like, food is very important for us, and we eat big, balanced, nutrient-dense meals. So yeah, groceries is something that we don't really have much of a restriction on. We get the majority of our groceries from the grocery store, but we also use Sam's Club, which we would highly recommend if you're looking for like bulk items, like almond milk, for example, way cheaper than if you were to get it in the grocery store. Things like big tubs of coconut oil, frozen peanut butter, frozen blueberries, fantastic from Sam's Club.
And they do deliver at home, so we don't have to go to the store.
Yes, that's true, and for a minimal price. And then we also buy like little bits and pieces in our neighborhood in like the little local stores, like the fruteria, the carniceria, the tortilleria.
Wow.
I did it
Finally,
right.
yeah.
You know, where those stores like specialize in certain items. So we're spending about $250 a month on groceries.
Huh?
What's first? Come on, my baby. Oh, yes, my gorgeous. Yes, mommy's gorgeous boy. Did you miss your mommy and your daddy, my love? Did you miss your mommy and your daddy, my love? Welcome to our home. It's very small, very humble, but we love it very much. So we're going to give you a little bit of a walkthrough. I am right now standing in our lounge, gym facility, and home office. So you can see the space is not very big, but we make do. So that's that. And we run straight into the kitchen. I love the space in the kitchen. The space is amazing. We cannot show you the back portion of our house. It's like a little patio, but it's really horrible. We're working on it. So one day when it's all done, we'll show you. Our bedroom, very basic. It's quite small. Oh, let me turn the lights on. Yes. Very basic, quite small, needs a good paint. We need to do a lot of work in the house, but yeah, just your idea of like what size the bedrooms are here. And then this is our little bathroom, also very small, but I mean for 2 people it's fine. And then we actually have a spare room. I would say the majority of the people that live in these types of homes, this is a bedroom for like 2-3 kids plus a mom and a dad. It's crazy, but luckily for us there's only 2 of us in our bed here, so we use this as a walk-in closet, which for a closet this is amazing, but if this was going to be someone's bedroom, it's actually very tiny. And
This is me, the camera guy.
Okay, yeah, and that's pretty much it, you guys. Very basic, very small, but we love it. You know, whatever we don't spend on trying to live down there at the beach zone is what we are pumping into growing our channel and our business. So for right now, this is perfect for us. So now we're on to the topic that I think everyone is curious about, which is rent, which is going to be probably the largest portion of your monthly budget. If you are looking for a home kind of the size that we just showed you on the other side of the highway, you can expect to pay somewhere around $400 to $600. If you're looking for something a bit bigger, maybe like a 2-bedroom. We were living in a 2-bedroom on the side of the highway a few years ago. That's closer to about $800. Anything more than that, I feel like the landlords are probably just trying to rip you off. But yeah, I'd say anything between $400 to $800 depending on how many bedrooms you're looking for.
Yeah. And if you're living in the fun side or the beach side of the highway, specifically on the Fifth Avenue, you might expect to be paying between $1,500.
Yes, yeah, you could definitely, we've seen much higher prices than that, but there really are some very high-end options available.
Like Playa Car, like the luxury gated community in Playa del Carmen, you might expect even more. So
yeah, if you're looking for like really high-end, oh my gosh, you could be paying $2,500, $3,000 a month, but just for a small place near the Fifth Avenue, about $1,500, $800. The thing is, with us, we are actually only paying about $300 a month to live because we own this place, thank you to Giovanni. So yeah, that $300, that $300 is our mortgage. This is low-cost housing. So yeah, that's why it's so cheap, but it allows us to build a business while we're still young and start off, you know, without any external help, which has been such a huge blessing. Of course, this guy is an expense for us. He's the most worthwhile expense in our entire budget, hands down. A typical vet visit for Ted costs
400 pesos?
about
like
$20.
Same as a haircut.
Yeah, unless he's got to have like injections and things. He actually did get a pretty bad ear infection earlier this year, and that cost us a bit. We'll put it on the screen. That was kind of on the pricey side, but other than that, yeah, we don't spend much on him, but he just brings us so much love and joy, don't you, my little
Enjoying
love?
it.
No.
Yeah. As for the likes for the treats as well.
Yes. This is our last major topic that we're talking about, which would be utilities. Utilities include water, electricity, gas, Wi-Fi, and the maintenance for our complex. Included in maintenance is gardening, we've got a swimming pool that they maintain, and 24-hour security. And in total, we spend about $120 a month.
Yes.
When we put all of our numbers together and compared between 2022 and 2023, there is honestly like a $50 a month difference between the 2 years. However, something we've got to consider is I did get a bit sick last year, so a bit of our money went into that. And then we also spent a fair amount of money sorting out the plumbing in our home. So in all honesty, it's pretty much of a matchness between 2022 and 2023. However, if we did track our expenses in 2020, we definitely were living closer to the $1,000 mark. So is it possible to still live in Playa del Carmen for $1,000 a month? No, not really. Giovanni and I really are living pretty tight.
Yeah.
And even then we can't hit that $1,000 mark. So no, but about $1,300 is what we're currently spending.
I think living in Playa del Carmen with $2,500
to $3,000 would
it will make it comfortable. We're talking about that as a couple.
So like we mentioned earlier in the video, Giovanni and I put together all of our knowledge about Playa del Carmen with our combined 11 years of living here together, and we put it into an informative ebook which is called The Locals Guide to Living in Playa del Carmen. If you are moving to Playa del Carmen and you're wanting to know how to pay your bills, how to find places to stay, which neighborhoods to stay in, which to avoid, you know, all of that kind of stuff, you'll find it all in that guide, which you can go and find on our website at fortheroadtravels.com.
If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed to our channel, and that being said, we will see you in the next episode.
Hasta luego.
Comenzamos.
Okay.
Put your hands up.
Put your hands up in the air.
And
Put
shake
your
it
hands
with-
up in the air. Okay.
I love when you do that.
Perfect.
In one go, eh?
You did it.
In one go.
In one.
Okay.
I always hit you in the face.